Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. A very good evening to everyone, our viewers tonight. Welcome to tonight's MindQuest Premier Online Chess League between Sputnik and Infroson. So we have a good match lineup tonight. I think if we look at Infroson, I think we can look at the lineup. I think let's see. Um, so today with me, we'll get back to that later. With me tonight, Pangeran Kadri.
Hmm. Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi.
Ah,
Welcome back.
Sama-sama Pengiran. Sehat Pengiran?
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Oke, teruskan Pengiran.
Okay. So tonight, there's two matches malam ini. We have the game at 8 o'clock, and the other one is at 9:30. So I think for our viewers yang here to watch both games, maybe they're going to be quite close, back-to-back games. Sediakan air, a bit of snacks, maybe kacang ke apa ke. I think kita ni pun kan as commentators, baik kita sediakan all that awal. So we'll be chatting all the way. Insyaallah sampai pukul 11 from now on. So it'll be a long stream and quite fruitful discussion, I hope, tonight.
Terus Pengiran.
Inshallah. So we start in 2 minutes lagi.
Mhm.
All the players are ready.
Mhm.
Jadi it's just a matter of starting soon. Looking at the lineup, Nian ada kenal some of the players ya?
Oke. Actually, ini kira malam ini menarik lain ya game-gamenya. Ini di antara Sputnik dengan Enquason. So Sputnik ini ya pasukan ini terdiri daripada pemain-pemain baru lah yang baru berjinak-jinak dengan catur, baru-baru belajar apa. Ya, dorang ni mempunyai semangat yang kuat lah. Kalau kita ni lihat pernah game yang sebelum ni, dorang ada kalah 4-0 mula-mula and then comeback with 3.5.
Yes.
Dan ni juga di antara keseluruhan pasukan, dorang ni pasukan yang boleh dikatakan underdog lah. Underdog yang paling rendah. So biasanya kadang-kadang since ni the first, ni dorang punya kebanyakan dorang punya first tournament ni, ni dorang punya mungkin ada membagikan kejutan ke apa, kita ni dah tahu, belum tahu lagi ya. And then yang dilawan ni Enquason ni pasukan yang dijangka boleh memenangi ni ya. Di antara favorite team lah, di antara favorite team sebab pasukan ini terdiri daripada pemain-pemain yang experience, higher rated players yang sudah adalah biasa dengan catur.
I agree, Nian. I agree. We are starting in exactly 15 seconds. The system will start sendirinya, Nian. So tadi inilah it's eagerly waited malam ni. The last one we had was hari Rabu, I believe. It was a good week lah so far. All right, so we're going live. Yeah, a bit slow start. Okay. Right, so we have on screen di sini. We have the first board. Ahmad Wajdi, Khairul Absah versus Paul. It's actually Dr. Paul again. Dr. Paul Court. So they started off with e4, e6 under the French defense punya line.
Yeah, French defense.
So looking at the position, I think at the moment masih hanya kita ni dalam buku, so we let them
Mhm.
play this off a little bit. But
Mhm.
what do you think, Ian? What's your experience playing against French defense?
Okay. Mr. Paul ni ia memang penggemar French defense. Saya
Mm,
memang sudah melihat banyak juga game beliau lah. Ia memang penggemar French defense. Ini memang permainannya lah. And
mm.
tapi yang di watch di
I think
melawan
mm,
open game.
uh,
Dia kalau kita ni lihat uh, Mr. Paul ni dia punya taktikalnya kuat. Jadi ni
mm,
mungkin open games ni kelebihan sangat adalah memberi kelebihan lah untuk Mr. Paul, Dr. Paul,
mm.
Dr. Paul.
Dr. Paul. Yeah, actually looking, I know again looking at this position, I already like Itam sebenarnya only because in terms of apa namanya ni, we always say achieving equality sebagai Hitam macam it
Mhm.
seems fairly equal sudah macam piecesnya boleh semudahnya develop now.
Ni ada isolated pawn di sini ni French
Hmm.
defense Monte Carlo
Hmm.
So memang disengajakan lah isolated pawn itu untuk
Hmm.
bertujuan tactical play for white.
Hmm.
Jadinya ni perlu white ni perlu bermain secara taktikal lah kalau India menggunakan sebaiknya mungkin jadi masalah besar lah ni untuk putih.
Hmm. It would be ano pa lang to niyan, it would be a shame kalau hindi digunakan that advantage.
Mhm.
White mesti try something lah yang macam itu.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um,
Ya,
and,
dia
see,
Bishop. Mhm.
immediately ada danger lah niyan di sini. Bishop to
Yes,
G4.
yes. The main target dalam game ni untuk hitam tu the pawn on d4 tu. So that bishop g4 is obviously indirectly lah you're attacking the pawn on d4. So the knight on f3 is spinning, and then the queen on d8 and knight on c6 itu pressuring the pawn on d4. Okay.
Ngayon, I just want to share, I think for the audience juga, on
Mm-hmm.
board 2,
Mm-hmm.
I think ada masalah technical from
Mm-hmm.
Encrossan punya side.
Yeah.
Dorang sudah kalah 1-0. There's no
Mm-hmm.
game. I think pasal mungkin mostly due to connection maybe.
Yes, maybe.
Um, so right now at this point Sputnik is leading
Mm-hmm.
by 1-0 pasalnya.
Mm-hmm. I see. Uh,
Push pawn.
hopefully. Mm-hmm. Okay.
D5.
Okay. D5. Okay. So possible move could be for black ini knight e5. Keep pressuring
Hmm.
the pin knight on f3.
Tapi I think black should also worry about trying to akas lah. He played queen e7. Very likely
Mm-hmm.
queening castling on the queen side.
Yes.
Very likely.
Very likely. And the rook immediately juga pressuring the pawn on d5 atau juga.
The Paul
And white
is
ni masalahnya juga. Mm-hmm.
sorry, Karen.
Okay. Bishop e3. Okay, bishop e3. Okay.
I think boleh proceed with the plan with castling maybe. Sling queen to mesti lari ni. Queen to a4. Atau maybe proceed with Ngian punya suggestion today. Knight to e5 immediately.
Mungkin dia pressure on the knight e5.
There will be there will be a check. Bishop b5 check. Maybe very very double edged lah. I think I have to be careful this ini.
Yes, yes.
Mm. All right, let's see. Shall
Uh,
we take a look again at board number three? Since number two sudah habis, so let's take a look at number three.
Teruskan, Kiran.
All right, let's take a look. What's going on there? So this is board number three. White playing Arif Awang versus I think this is Jingwei. I think yeah, on Jingwei. So let's assess this position.
Kalau kita ni lihat dari material balance, white is advantage,
Yeah.
winning apa, advantage rook, having two rooks,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, pawn structure pun bagus, hitam ada isolated pawn di sana. Pieces activity pun white lebih aktif berbanding hitam. About
I suppose this is quite a difficult position for black now. Ano niyan, apa namanya? It will be what's the word? Miracle to to go around this. Pasal banyak as you ngian cakap tadi ada banyak weaknesses di sini.
Tapi sini ada tricky. Could be a desperate situation. Can knight f4 and then take the pawn on g2, bishop h3, queen g4. Ada tactical di sana lah. A desperate situation normally biasanya impossible is possible. Biasanya.
I understand. I have that. I have been in that position before. I think pengalaman kita ni bertanding internationally juga. There are situation macam itu yang comeback turn around. So we'll see macam mana this game unfold. Hopefully ada some solution di sini. Let's take a look at game number 4 nya.
Silakan teruskan Piran.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Game number 4 is between Nash and Fauzi. All right, let's take a look.
Material balance, sama. Dari segi pieces development almost equal juga. Basically, ni white is slightly better je. Better control at the center. Itu yang obvious lah kelebihannya. The rest itu equal je.
Sedikit saja lagi, I think. Macam for example, white boleh main queen e2, and then rook coming in, rook d1 maybe to consolidate the center. Once white berjaya, I think it'll be quite hard to, especially black punya light bishop, macam makin kurang square kan disimpan di mana. If example e4 dapat dimain at some point, so a bit of this decision lah yang perlu dibuat di sini for black.
Obviously putih ni ia akan bermain di mana ni, arah center lah. Very dominant bang di sana. Okay, queen c7. Queen c7 ia ada idea ni lah, discover attack, unprotected bishop on c4 tu di sana. Mungkin dia mau next d4, so double attack lah.
Quite double edge lah. Knight takes d4, knight takes, queen takes c4. Mungkin boleh lihatkan pakai arrow boleh. Sekejap knight takes d4, knight takes c4. Ada threat ni. Knight takes d4 and then kemudian queen takes queen takes c4. So itulah.
Tapi ia boleh buang pelang bishop itu in between move, move.
Of course.
Bishop f takes f7. Okay.
The check, yes. So I think rook c1 maybe preparing for that maybe. Mungkin aware of that?
Y- mhm. There is an idea sacrificing the bishop. Okay, not really sacrificing lah.
Mm,
Yeah, preparing for discover attack lah. Uh,
mm,
by
mm,
moving the bishop or moving the knight.
mm. Sebelum ano tadi white rook c1 itu, I would
Mhm.
have preferred mine queen e2 lah. Kalau myself lah angin.
Mhm, mhm,
Only because apa namanya ni? Only because ada dual reason lah di sana, preparation
mhm,
untuk e4 and
mhm,
at the same time menjaga the bishop. So ada dual
mhm,
reason di sana. Queen e2,
mhm,
so queen e2 the arrow ni.
mhm.
E6.
Yeah, okay, itu. E6 looks yeah, E6 idea tu maybe preventing white pushing the pawn D5 Tapi
Hmm,
ni bahayanya the pawn white pawn pushing E4 tu yang black should concern.
hmm. E4, yes. Is there a way to counter? No, right, yeah, because the danger is still there, masanya, which is the discovery, as Ngian pointed out today.
Mhm.
C4 itu masih hanging, so
Mhm.
I wonder if ada cara to take advantage. He played E4 benar.
Okay. D5.
Sorry, D5, yeah, D5. So,
D5.
hmm,
Okay, D5. I think it's a very unusual. Okay. Pinning the pawn
hmm, hmm.
on D5.
But I think after Queen E2, knight takes. I think it's fine. I mean, it's fairly balanced di
Mm.
sini. Although you have to play accurately, aku rasa. If
Mm.
one mistake saja, I'm still
Yes.
worried about the light square bishop.
Mhm.
It's technically it's trapped sebenarnya.
Mhm. Mhm.
Kalaunya not careful di sana.
Yes. Cuma saja ia ada tempo because of his bishop pun on on C4 tu pun threaten. So
Mm-hmm.
that is why ia pun ada maybe boleh delay lah. Okay. E4
Oh, he
expect
played E4 immediately. Yeah, that's expected to
unexpected.
happen at some point. Yeah.
Uh,
C4 knight.
Possible move bishop takes c3 and then trying to
Mm-hmm.
capture back the pawn e4 tu. Tapi oh ya. Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Bishop takes E3. Yeah. Probably rook takes and bishop takes E4. Yeah. That looks like a plan. I think he's going to play makan punya. He will take
Mm.
the bishop. Sorry, the knight on C3.
Mm.
But let's see.
Mm. Ada possible move juga. Yeah, I think macam that's the only move pelang
Yeah, I think it's quite forced. I think before any, I feel yang pair bishop itu yang hitam,
Mhm.
it's very powerful pair
Mhm.
bishop. Macam sayang lah. I felt dapat diselamatkan the light square bishop tadi at some point. But even though now materialnya might be quite balanced and tambahan lagi with extra pawn lah.
Mhm.
Maybe si Nash, maybe he knows. Oh, he took
Mhm.
the ni dulu. Pikirnya anu ni. He thinks it's trapped.
Yeah, I think so. Mungkin ya, ya in the nampak the bishop
Hmm.
takes C3 itu mungkin
Eh,
So
Knight,
basically after
knight,
bishop E4 ni it looks like macam losing a piece pula
yeah, knight takes.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
knight takes E4,
Bishop takes.
E takes D5, bishop takes D5. Okay.
Mm.
Uh,
So this is a clear advantage or winning untuk putih lah. Yes.
yes, yes. Very ano lah. material balance pun advantage, apa ni, pieces development advantage, more control. And main target after this the pawn on F7 atau atau jadi sasaran lah lagi lah. Uh, knight F G5 coming.
All right. So shall we take a look at board number one lagi sekali?
Silakan pangeran.
So adjust back. Let's see. What did we miss around board one? This one. Here it is. So can we go back to move number 7? Okay, let's just play forward. Check. So what did we miss? Push pawn, queen check, bishop e3, knight e5, bishop e2, and f6. That's a quite natural move lang yan, discussing.
Yes, natural.
Bishop. Interesting. So is that a 3 pawn? Queen takes d5. Take. Kalau say queen takes d5, bishop takes f6. Of course, queen takes queen, exchange. I think I like white, walaupun niya pawn down. I think in terms of activity, some structure, terkacau lah on the king side.
Yeah.
But we'll see lah apa real intention niya di sini.
Tapi if I were black, I would go for queen takes d5.
Yeah.
Because di sana endgame it's good for black. In general tu kalau having pawns on both sides itu bishop against knight is better. So adalah
it's quite open bang yan, this position kalau exchanging the queen, knight versus bishop will come on top di sini kalau as you pointed out itu.
Tapi sungguh pun macam itu, of course kalau tadi lihat secara keseluruhan Dr. Paul of course in the more draw lah, ada peluang untuk draw kalau going for endgame macam tu win exchange. So of course maybe Mr. Paul the more ada possibility drawish tu.
And I think kalau dilihat skor ni pun masih peluang Sputnik leading after what happened yesterday. So I think he knows the score. He has to go for the win. So he takes queen to t5.
Sungguh pun I lebih favor in favor with black going for endgame. Tapi kalau in this case I still okay lah to go for endgame juga even bishop versus knight pasal if kalau kita dilihat pun at the current position black is more active having extra pawn juga.
I think benar peluang tu ni the extra pawn itu will be a decider, especially in the king side. Walaupun the pawn structures di sebelah king side itu will be terkacau, but I think the game after this will be the queen side. I think that's the correct assessment. Let's see what he plays. Oh, he avoided the exchange.
But I maybe kalau tadi I would prefer try to exchange the bishop lah, bishop c3 tadi going for adalah draw lah pasal losing a pawn pula
Yeah, I do wonder what is the plan pula sebenarnya. Kalau queen c1
Mhm.
Um, is he thinking about ano kale, rook d1 maybe just to uh, complicate the position a bit, put pressure in the it's still quite open because uh, black doesn't take
Queen
too much time. Yeah.
Queen C1, of course, yeah, trying to gain tempo, attacking the
Mm,
pawn on C7, and
mm,
maybe juga ia more taking the knight on F6, and then
mm,
after G takes F6, ia more play Queen H6 di sana.
mm,
Ah,
mm. So okay, okay. I think see Paul he understands.
D6.
Yeah, yeah, he understand here. I think walaupun pawn structure terkacau sebelah, I think he feels it's okay to allow that to happen.
Uh,
Bishop takes
but
f6.
but I think I wouldn't consider Bishop D6 pula if I were Mr. Paul.
Yeah, yeah,
Sebab pawn structure is very important.
yeah.
I don't think black ni having enough materials to attack at the king side. If you
Mm,
see after bishop takes f6 and then g
she
take
takes.
f6, the square on f5 is very very weak. If you see if
Mm,
knight goes to g3
mm,
and then queen to h6,
mm.
ia
Yeah,
punya yeah.
I do agree that I think at the moment Putih ada resources to
Yeah.
defend.
Mhm.
But I just wonder. Yeah, what said that's quite a ambitious approach di sana. Ada
Yeah.
uh, maybe just looking back before this move. Maybe Paul was thinking about King H8 and Rook G8. Maybe he can attack using the open file. Probably. I mean, it's hard to say now.
Yeah. Mhm.
Queen
Yeah.
G5.
Yeah.
Kalau nya exchange,
Fine.
it solves the problem. Then black is just
Yeah.
a
See.
pawn up.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. White of course in the more exchange lah. And
Yes, yes.
the attack arah G file itu is not difficult to refute lah. Just make a
Mm,
G3 saja be okay, and then King H1 lah. Just in
mm,
case
mm,
Black try to attack with the pawn F5. And the main plan yang obvious di sini for white could be rook lift,
yeah.
ideas like rook c1 and then rook c3 or rook
Mm.
c4 and then maneuver
I,
the knight to the rook to the king side.
I think we can try to show that arrow rook c1, rook c3, and then rook to g3. Yes,
Mhm.
that's the kind of maneuver. Quite
Yeah.
standard again. This is the kind of maneuver. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
We
Mhm.
should consider always.
Mhm. Yeah. And
Um, mm.
mhm.
Yeah, black is doing more than okay. This is he is actively going ahead now.
Mhm. The way cara attacking ini sebenarnya it's quite the same. Hitam pun actually having the same idea juga. Apa ni, using the rook lift, rook e4 and then rook h4. Ia try to attack the weak pawn on h2. It's quite the same. Maybe
Mm,
rook e4 pun and then the weak rook f8 itu pun maybe activated to rook e8.
mm.
Mhm.
Is it possible with Queen c5? Oh yes, it's possible. Queen c5.
Oh, okay. I think white is losing a knight.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Did he? Yeah, obviously he missed that. Yeah, the queen check. Um, so what can white
Mhm.
do? Maybe just king
Uh, but
h1, rook
hindi juga lah.
f2.
King H1, yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't. I think it's not the losing because there is a Queen G4 check over there, and then
Mm-hmm.
forking the rook on E2 and the
Yes,
King
yes,
on G8. Mm.
yes, yes.
Yeah. Still okay.
Still a balanced game here.
Mm.
So how do black take advantage di sini?
You say white losing control at the center.
Hmm.
I think black should make use of apa yang ia ada lah advantage. There is a tempo rook e3 sana
Hmm. Hmm.
going in.
Now the danger is real. Rook takes knight, so maybe knight has to be defended. I think rook e3, as Ian mentioned today, might
Yeah,
be doable now. Yeah.
yeah. Uh, I don't think the pawn move f4 it's a good idea.
Mm.
Yeah, creating weakness arah e file atau especially e3 tu.
Mm. Maybe bringing in the rook awal today might be better before playing something like f4. Too
Yeah.
committal lah, I think, to
Mhm.
defend.
Should activated the rook lah dulu lah. Idea satu lah, rook lift idea satu should be ano lah digunakan. Now kalau tadi lihat after pawn move f4 tu kurang lah untuk defending the pawn on g2 tu.
Hmm. It's quite exposed now. Nampak dia punya ano tu, kelemahan putih.
Yeah. Now center is very fragile pelang ni for white dia lose control at the center ni. Could be rook takes e1 and then after rook takes e1 maybe queen f2 going in attacking the rook and the pawn on f4. It, so memang adalah
Too many things to jaga lah.
yes.
Too many things apa namanya ni is hanging. Paul decided to take with bishop dulu. In fact, I think now black punya plan and strategy is fairly simple. I mean, kalau boleh di exchange queen and then just play in the king side, it's a one end game lah. I think for black. Just to grab the pawn saja lagi, maybe a one or two, then and it's all over. Something interesting is going on at board 2. Shall we take a look?
Silakan Piran.
Huh. Let's see. Isa Musa and Ashish. Black is leading with a bishop and a couple of pawns, completely winning, I would say, for black.
Yeah, and what's more important, advantage on time lah juga.
Yes. 4 minutes versus 30 seconds. Okay. So basically, ada revenge lah di sini. Tadi the disconnect, I think, due to some technical problem.
Yeah.
Now ada recover lah balik.
Yeah.
Can we go back to board 1?
Silakan Piran.
Yeah. Okay. Queen f2, rook g1. I think yang the idea yang Ian mentioned today, the rook lift might be doable at some point. Rook g5. It's all black now. Black decides what to do next.
Actually, nothing much white can do pulang.
Yeah. That it's all terblock di dalam. Yes.
Nothing much.
Hang on a second.
Maybe. But what? Tapi still ada anu lah. Don't move rook G, ada bet bishop queen C8. Okay.
That would be a huge blunder.
Yeah. Mm.
Okay. At
Uh,
least, why they still trying to balance the game?
yes, yes, yes.
Queen
Correct, correct. Mm.
G4, yeah.
Okay. Of course, kalau oh,
Oh, one down time.
okay.
Right, right. So right now, Encrossan is leading by 3 points.
Black.
J1.
Oh, in on time. Mm. Okay. Uh,
So now swap
Mr.
colors.
Paul ni, yeah, yeah. I'm
So
predicting Mr. Paul need to play Catalan pula. Yeah, I
mm,
observe his games. Yeah, memang specialize in Catalan.
mm.
Okay, now Black using Dutch defense. Jarang orang gunakan, orang Ketani lah menggunakan Dutch defense. Yeah.
That's selalu nampak lah. F5.
Mm-mm.
So
And
basically, B4 F5 is Dutch defense. Oh,
yeah.
let's see. And the idea of bishop to G5,
Mhm.
I mean, standard line, if we refer to opening line, at some point is to capture the knight di sana. I think before ni, okay, sorry, D3.
Uh, Yeah,
Okay.
actually the bishop G5 itu yeah, because standard Dutch defense itu E6 ya.
Mm,
So actually Mr. Paul try to menghalang apa ni black from playing
yeah, yeah.
comfortable lah
Mm.
gate.
Ada banyak variations to apa ni, the Dutch. We have G6 punya variation, tapi I'm not sure if I'm not sure if Black is lah pasih dengan that line lah. The one with G6.
Mhm.
Mm.
Yeah. Dutch ni actually yang I perhatikan lah. Ya untuk orang yang pemberani ya main Dutch-nya, dia very tactical solid but tactical
Yes.
dia orang kalau memilih opening yang tactical tapi jiwa tu in the pemberani dia orang tu selalu masalah tu. Hmm.
It's not easy to play pelang against Dutch ni. I think sebagai putih as white mesti faham the ideas behind hitam lah, and
Yes.
how to counter. Covering di sini, just keluarkan pieces,
Yeah.
setting up the right moment.
Mhm.
So I think I feel macam di sini Black uh, is a bit down. I think dari segi development, he's played ia punya knight itu 2 kali,
Mhm.
and the other knight I think kena pakai square-nya, so it's a bit difficult I think sebagai
Yeah.
hitam di sini.
Secara tidak langsung boleh dikatakan Mr. Paul ni ia berjaya lah to confuse his opponent ya to play
Hmm.
early bishop G5 itu
Yes, yes, yes.
so terus apa ni course of the game itu berubah lah
Hmm.
and I perhatikan you see as I told you memang Mr. Paul ia memang penggemar apa ni Catalan
Yeah, yeah.
you see the pawn formation and then dia pun suka forming stonewall position the pawn on d4 the pawn on e3 and then the pawn on f4 I think he would push the pawn on f4
Hmm.
memang ia suka stonewall position
Hmm.
yeah
C6 probably the only way to wiggle lah. I think that's the word, wiggle out daripada keadaan ni.
hmm. Yeah. Mungkin yeah, knight c3 yeah. And kebiasaannya kalau position macam ni white is looking to push pawn e3 to e4
Hmm.
maybe knight c3 is preparing for that
Hmm.
yeah.
I think White doesn't need to rush lang. I think at some point karang dia buat he'll play e4 lah at some point. Maybe knight f3 and castling might be better, might be a safer option masana.
Tapi I think Mr. Paul would go for Stonewall position. Ia suka F4 and then knight F3 and then castle and then rook F3. Memang ia punya typical style ia main macam tu. I observe his games. Lots of
Yes.
his games macam tu ia main.
All right. Let's see what happens in the game. Ia masih perlu decide what to do with the dark bishop.
Okay.
D5.
Okay, black is going solid position D5. Biasa kalau underrated players lower rated players lah against higher rated players. Players ni dorang kalau they look for macam mana saja equalize equal saja try to draw pun bagi dorang by moral dorang selalu dorang punya mindset macam tu so ni dia try to solid cuba menyukarkan apa ni putih
and I'm looking at Bishop Hitam, from the black side. Macam apa namanya, trying to find a plan macam mana akan keluar. Sorry, the light square bishop.
Kalau Dutch ia lebih kurang macam French defense tapi ia since ada pawn on F5 tu ia try to swap the knight on E2 macam tu. That's the idea of Dutch defense yang I know lah.
Bishop.
Yeah, of course after knight E7 castle, bishop D7, bishop E8, bishop H5. Itu idea Dutch defense selalu.
I think Paul should just play simple saja di sini. Just go for either castle dan baru to proceed with his rancangan yang lain lah.
Tapi kalau kita ni lihat apa ni what should initiate something at the queen side. Okay, you see.
Yeah.
Try to get rid of the dark square bishop. Okay, maybe
Bishop D8 maybe. Bishop
B8 looks reasonable. Then push A6. Maybe after bishop B8 dia main bishop rook C1. Peluang tu if we talk about chance, peluang tu for white ada arah queen side lah. Ada arah queen side tu.
Oh, he just blundered a piece.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yes. That's very
it's very unfortunate.
Okay. So that's a blunder.
Blunder. Should be bishop B8. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now black is in the driver's seat, almost autopilot now. King E7, probably the only way. So yeah, complete control di sini.
Anilah yang perbezaan yang ketara lah lower rated players dengan higher rated players. Lower rated players tu more likely to blunders to make blunders. And Ani tipis pula kalau if I perhatikan Paul Mr. Paul main kemas. So tapi still he is a human too juga kan. People make mistakes Okay.
So I think sebagai hitam, well this is a team event, jadi he should teruskan play his best, do what he can.
Yes, yes, definitely.
supaya apa namanya to keep the morale pasukan
Yes,
ahli pasukan
yes,
yang lain.
yes, yes. Especially when he is a captain. He is a captain. So, ya mesti meneruskan lah. Hmm. Okay. Uh, I think after this, the A3 F8 diagonal too is very very weak. Huh?
Hmm,
Maybe after this, Queen C5 check, knight go back to D6, then Rook C1, Knight F4. Okay,
yes,
E6
yes.
also ano jadi sasaran lah. Ha?
So many things yang dapat dibuat lah di sini. Even now just exchanging the queens pun okay. Queen to C5 check.
Yes.
Uh,
Mhm. Kalau for a clear win end game memang jelas tapi kalau having ni active kan pieces itu
yeah,
mungkin
yeah.
ya mungkin Mr. Paul try to anulah to win by checkmate rather than going for in game.
Looking at the score masa ni 4-1 leading by Croissant. So I think he's going for the easy conversion lah. Just negate
Yeah.
everything. So okay, let's take a look at another board. I think it's board
Silakan, silakan.
ketiga. Yes, Arif Mia and Bernes. So what's going on here? Uh, Material seems fairly balanced. Tapi putih is trying to attack the king side. Queen to
Position ni uh, unclear pelang position
mm,
central control black is better I think many pawns you are at the center
mm.
um,
But I think there is segi psychology and probably adalah human punya perspective.
yeah
Kita ni suka kan attack kan.
yes
So it will look a bit scarier lah I think sebagai hitam kalau usulnya macam kena attack on the king side. Say for example queen h4 masuk and then we have a few pieces yang uh, ready in the king side. Even the bishop pun going to be ready. So I think dari segi technical looking at the board maybe equal masih. But kita ni tahu uh, manusia.
yeah
we might make a mistake di sini.
mhm,
So, yeah, he's going for it. So queen h4.
mhm.
So
Obviously idea putih try to get rid of the knight on f6 and then try to capture on the pawn on h7 itu ni di antara birds opening lah
yes,
punya
yes.
punya apa ni ideas okay so queen b6 queen b6
What's he trying to do exactly?
dia try to capture the pawn on f4 tu pressuring
Mm,
the center. Kalau mengikut apa ni ideas untuk menghadapi flank attack lah actually white is doing the flank attack attacking at the side
mm,
uh, apa ni when we are defending itu of course kata ni tu mesti pressure arah centernya so I think what black is doing is right.
mm. It's a general concept lang to kalau kena serang di siring, ini counter di tengah and vice
Yeah,
versa. Yeah.
yeah, yes correct
Mm.
so
Well,
actually
now kalau nya exchange niyan, I think after bishop takes e5, the bishop is off the board. I think it's no longer dangerous lah yang di siring itu. So now even dia sendiri offer exchange to bring the knight in. Yeah. Uh,
Actually, black should concern the weak square on f5 itu.
Definitely. Itu yang anu lah. I think that's what putih is aiming for
Yeah.
actually.
And maybe white also consider sacrificing his rook f1 and then rook takes f6.
Yes.
So and then put the knight on f5.
Mm.
Okay. Rook e4. Okay. Yeah, ada tactical is to take rook takes d4, and then there is a unprotected rook on a1. He got to be careful. Maybe queen f2. That's the queen f2. Is it queen f2?
Queen f2 just simply to go back, yeah.
Or queen f2, or maybe queen e1, because the rook is in danger actually. Saya
Yes,
check
yes,
di sana.
yes.
It's a fork di sana.
So hopefully see Bernest see the danger. I think that's the only move I think he should play.
Yeah. Okay.
He saw the danger. Yeah.
Mhm. So I think. Mhm.
Mm.
Okay.
Quite a
That's
again, quite a turnaround, I would say.
yeah.
Now Black is having some initiative.
Yeah. Uh, I don't know.
Rook,
So
Rook
far.
F1, Rook F1 might be probably the only move I think right now.
Yeah. Rook F. Mhm. Rook F1 very obvious lah. Sana lah.
Yeah, yeah. He must play Rook F1. Kalau Indah, ada banyak move lain yang plausible at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah. Indirectly, rook F1 itu preventing black knight from moving.
He played Rook G3.
G3
He,
trying
he
to
he akan directly and
take the knight on f6.
yeah.
Queen takes f6. The pawn on g7 is unpinned. The pawn on g7 is pinned by the rook on g3. Okay. Maybe apa plan? I think yeah. Black should concern the weak square still. The f5 square is very weak. And black is trying to break the pawn, the center pawn, white center pawn atau maybe c5 and then push the pawn d4. So because giving away the rook move somewhere, the rook e4 to move somewhere, giving the knight to go arah ano. Okay, that's I don't. Okay, that's very tricky belang. After queen f6, queen takes rook on g3. It's very tricky belang.
I think White should just
Interesting.
proceed
This game
with.
is very interesting. Kalau
I think yan from a developmental point of view, White must develop this role, yes,
yes,
before doing anything else.
yeah, yeah. Kira two ideas lah. Activating juga the rook on a1 to c1 at the same time. Okay, actually preventing. Okay, c5.
Is knight f5 possible now? Knight f5.
It's more than possible.
Oh,
uh,
this is something interesting here. G6.
d6.
Rook G5. I'm sorry. Rook G4. Is it correct to defend macam itu?
Rook G4. Um, Kalau Rook G4 also possible. Rook G4 also possible.
But I think
Uh,
kalah tactically yan. I mean, for example, rook G4, take, knight takes, and then I don't know, possibly queen queen F3 maybe. It's not deadly, but there should be another way to defend this correctly. Uh, I think the obvious move G6 kali yan.
Tapi G6 itu cuma ia creating another weaknesses lagi,
Yeah,
especially
of course.
the F6 itu, F6 and H6
Yeah,
that's menambah kelemahan lagi lah. Tapi
yeah.
I like the idea of Rook G4. Kalau tadi itu under pressure tu normally we look for exchanges, so to reduce the pressure. The Rook on G3 itu pressurizing.
Mm.
So maybe it's a good idea to exchange.
Hopefully Black nampak lah. Hopefully Black can realize that you press this. So the reason I said 30 G6 is any since it's the most obvious move. I think most people will play G6 di sana.
Mhm. Yeah.
So I think Rook G4 might have been more correct. Now there's a lot of dangers here.
Yeah.
Knight H6 check. King G7 maybe, and then rook F1 maybe a bit more lah.
I think just white should play rook f1 saja. Bring more pieces into the attack itu.
Mm.
Um, and the f5 is very big.
Yes.
White should exploit where the weaknesses itu. Di sana ada weakness, di sana lah di pressure. So
Yeah.
knight h6 tu looks scary tapi it's nothing. Just macam Zoro attacking seorang-seorang saja.
But it's not lost sebenarnya for Black. He just needs to calm down. He needs to calm down and find the right defense di sini. Kalau hitam ni, I think it's still okay lah. Nian, I think in my opinion, not
Yeah.
lost, but he needs to play accurately lah.
Now since the pawn on G7 itu already moved to G6, right? And then the knight on F6 itu vulnerable. So next lah black punya plan maybe rook E8 itu to E6, try to defend because the knight on F6 itu the knight got
He played rook F1 ya.
to stabilize central controlnya tu. Yeah.
F1. Now Black to decide how to proceed. I think as you mentioned lah Nian, rook to E6. Sorry, rook
Yeah.
E to E6.
Yeah.
E8 to E6. Yeah.
And then next,
Uh,
still, white is doing flank attack at the side. So black got to pressure at the center, like pushing the pawn to D4, to do something at the center. Sana to try to create a open line G1 lines itu. Do something lah at the center, and then the idea tu juga to apa ni, to pressure pawn on E3 tu, giving away for to go in rook E2. So mesti counter, black should counter. Macam itulah dia punya plan lah.
I think Black pun in terms of attacking any pun he's running out of choice lah. I think that's the only way lah. He has to break somewhere in the center.
Yeah. But ni ada threat down sini knight H6 check, and then king go somewhere, and then knight takes F7. and then queen takes f6. There is an idea at sana.
And let's see. Okay,
It's very interesting.
Black is taking his time. He's trying to make sure the correct move decision. I think this is the last game for this match. So the current score is 6-1. Oh, knight g4.
G4. I think that's it looks like a mistake, huh? Rook takes g4, rook takes g4, then h6 takes, king g7, knight takes g4. Yeah. Okay. Nampak the move,
So white played that move immediately. Rook takes g4.
Yeah. Okay.
I think
Kalau
ada banyak choice lah di sini. There's not much choice here.
Yeah. Actually, any very huge advantage pula lah for white lah, winning material. At the same time, there is no compensation yang benar-benar lah. There is nothing to initiate. Many weaknesses lagi. So
I think Yan, it does bring back to the question tadi. Rook g4. I think the correct way to defend tadi. Rook f8.
Yeah. Ini lebih kurang macam game Paul lah tadi lah. Winning material tu just go for exchange saja for a clear win.
Is there a checkmate di sini mungkin? Might be. Yeah. Queen f6 check. King must take. And rook lifts.
Yeah. That's a typical mating position lah. But we'll see if white can see. It's not really bad lah, but black got to sacrifice his queen to save him from checkmate.
So we'll see what he plays there.
But sometimes kalau during tournament, during actual game itu ada keraguan di sana. Kalau macam kita ni watching the game ni sebagai komentator kata ni indah ada lebih yakin lah. Okay, nampak is very kalau tactical macam ni, kalau players rated 1-6 something, memang akan nampak lah.
Yeah. I think it's clear. He saw this is completely winning. It's made it one.
So the only way is just sacrifice the queen to save him from checkmate. It's very interesting game ni lah. Ni orang memang expected. Sputnik ni, dorang ni underdog masih baru-baru. Tapi if you see give it's not easily kalah macam tu saja. I bet you agree with me lah.
Yeah, definitely. So this is just just executing the wins saja lagi. I think just take the pawn and he's still trying to defend the e3 pawn.
Maybe after this white punya plan just push the pawn all the way saja, memanjang. I think even pre-move pun can do play.
ada pernah terjadi this, I think it was a challenge among saying celebrity or
Mhm.
influencers.
Yeah.
Ya, dorang ada tu yang the pre-move, the queen pre-moves. Ada pernah terjadi stalemate. So
Stalemate.
yeah, stalemate because of dua queen punya pre-moves. So uh, yeah,
Hmm.
maybe not recommended lah
Ah,
to on more situation.
ah.
uh,
Hopefully, apa ni, Bernesa ni is not doing that lah. Because
hopefully not, hopefully not. Yeah,
having a huge advantage, why should take the risk macam tu ah?
yeah. I think just play simple. Just
Hmm.
yeah, just promote the pawn and try
Yeah.
to checkmate. Yeah.
Hmm.
All right. So 50 seconds for Arif.
So it's a very interesting. 1,100 against 1,600.
Mm,
Uh, Middle game tadi tu very interesting. Until late
mm.
middle game tu. It's very interesting.
It was shifting lah. I believe the game saja tu sekejap warna putih, sekejap warna hitam.
Mhm.
And eventually it's ano ujung-ujung tu it was in favor of white punya
Mhm.
initiative.
Mhm.
So now black is in time trouble. White resign. Black resign. So
Resign.
that's it. That's it for match one.
Mhm.
Sputnik satu and Croissant tujuh.
Mhm.
Very massive winner
Mhm.
from Croissant punya side
Mhm.
after dorang punya first game harata.
Mhm.
So this is a macam mana very very good comeback lah on for them. The next match will start at 9:30. So I think we can take a 20-minute break dulu before we come back. Uh, so I think Nian, I need to restock my water sama everything else, and then come back here for the second game, which will be very very interesting as well
Sama punya.
between Blight Dragons and Begawan Gambit. So these are two
Mhm.
giant teams. Sure.
Mhm.
So we'll catch everyone in 20 minutes. We'll see you guys later. Yeah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back, everyone. Now we are waiting for the next game, which is between Belite Dragons and Begawan Gambit. These two teams ini, again, these two are the one of the two giant teams lah, I would say. So they have very good players di sini.
Mhm.
Uh,
Mhm.
let's look at each team punya line. Let's start with Belite Dragon. The first
Kalau
board, ah.
mhm.
I think Yan kenal ni first board ni.
Tadi
Flying
kalau
Dragon.
tadi kalau kita ni lihat Blade Dragons ni, ia terdiri daripada pemain-pemain yang berpengalaman daripada first boardnya sampai ke fourth boardnya lah. Macam FM Yi Sun Wei memang pemain nasional
Hmm.
Martin Kasim second board memang pemain yang sangat sangat baik kalau tadi lihat pun kalau mingguan punya tournament setiap hari Rabu dan Ahad kita ni boleh lihat beliau ni ada beberapa kali lah menjuarai akhir-akhirannya. Mr. Yap Chow Tun ia pemain nasional juga, ia veteran and mewakili Brunei dulu tahun 2002 di Olympia. And Lim Toh Loy,
Matthew.
2004 playing for Brunei punya team di Asian Age Group. Dan apa yang menariknya lagi berlawan dengan Begawan Gambit. Actually ni lebih kepada perjumpaan kawan lama macam Awangku Hafizon Chess Master Awangku Hafizon dengan Yi Sun Wei and then dengan Coach Amir. Ini actually tahun 2004 di Philippines Dubai Cup ada satu pasukan actually sekawan. Ini is very interesting game. Ini mungkin di antara yang game yang kita ni tunggulah, yang akan kita ni lihat.
It's good Juang Yan this league is bringing back all the pemain-pemain veteran, pemain-pemain lama. And orang ini pun bukannya pemain baru per se, but they have the pengalaman dulu lah, experience orang bertanding di luar negeri and so on. And they add value lah to the league, di mana masa ni ada bergabung sama pemain baru pemain muda-muda. So that's good for everyone, good for the team, and also juga good for the league lah, that combination. So we are 15 seconds away before the start. So we'll look at the first board. So 2, 1, 0. So let the system reset itself. Okay. Right. So Aunko Hafizon is playing white against FME playing black. No surprise here, Ngana. I think this is their favorite opening there.
Yes. They both go for open games E4 E5 So E4 E5 ini memang for both sides memang banyak tactical opportunities di sini.
These two are very very experienced players. Sometimes it's not always easy to follow rentak permainan itu. So inshallah we'll try to do our best malam ni. Let's see, Bishop E7. Okay, quite standard move. And I think Nian, see, there's a kononnya ada free pawn lah. I think some players, some of our viewers might be thinking ngapa hitam nak makan free pawn itu. So actually it's not a free pawn. ada banyak dangers lah di sana.
Yes,
Yeah, due to king masih stuck di tangan.
correct.
So bishop b3
B3.
castle c3. This is quite a standard
Mhm.
game di sini.
Mhm.
Selalu it leads to interesting positions. So very exciting to see what comes after this
Mhm.
c3. Of course, idenya main d4 ni kan.
Ya, D4 tu dia punya direct idea lah. So other than that, C3 tu at the right moment, Putih tu akan putting his bishop to C2 and try to attack at pawn H7.
Hmm.
So White is attacking the pawn on E5. Many things to do for White. White got to improve to activate dia punya pieces. Rook A1, Knight P1, Bishop C1. King side I think sudah completed. Mhm.
I think ano lah, I think for our viewers punya, I think kalau nya ada pawn structure, pawn chain yang A6 sama B5 ni, I think typical idea for white ada A4 at some point, somewhere along the game. It's very typical idea. I think just for our viewers punya ano lah,
Mhm.
knowledge lah di sana.
Yes.
Knight takes. Okay, knight takes D4. Yeah, correct.
I think of course White would take with the queen.
Itu to
Okay.
the pawn. Okay.
With the pawn. So that means White ni is a very aggressive. So looking for pawn structure tu in the symmetrical. Kalau symmetrical tu very drawish. So bila ia try to mengubah going for not symmetrical, so he is going for tactical. So and he is willing to have an isolated pawn juga. Yeah.
I think nampak from that move, his intention lah for this game ni. He wants to up the tempo, play more dynamically. I
Correct.
think nampak sudah the knight can jump into c3, bishop can now go on the dark square bishop. So a few things that he can do now. Right. So let's see what does
Tapi direct threat lang
FME.
sini bishop takes d5.
Of course, yeah. So black can play developing dia punya light square
Bishop
bishop maybe,
b7.
maybe bishop
Yeah.
b7.
So imbalance ya. Tapi both attacking at the same side, which is the king side. And dari segi pawn structure, since white is having an isolated pawn, so obviously white ni try to avoid endgame pula. So try to keep his pieces as many as he can. Tapi except apa ni orang kalau knight c3 ni berbeza pasal if the knight on c3 tu taken, so the pawn will be connected. So no more isolated pawn.
Yeah. I think knight c3 is a good a good move di sana. So we're asking black now. So what do you want to do? Kalau nya exchange, it will connect. It will connect the pawns. Kalau nya in the exchange, then white would have something else.
Yeah. Tapi black ni walaupun ia taking the pawn, allowing white to reconnect, tapi ia try to ni orang memajal lagi. Try to push c5, and then if it is taken, you see c5. Yeah, try to to pressure the weak pawn structure. Kalau tadi dia dari segi position ni, current position ni material tu balance development pun slightly saja uh, ketara sekali pawn structure. Uh, I think White ni will be having trouble dia punya pawn on C3 ni sekarang ni.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Of course, ya, hitam di sini offering the pawn kalau ia capture, the C3 pawn inilah yang akan dipikirkan lagi karena it will become a target kalau dia terbiar macam mana saja. Um, but what would be the best move di sini for white? I was looking at ano today, and I was looking at macam he capture. I was looking at bishop a3 today. I wonder if that might be a prophylactic move.
It's good. Pasal
Tapi now ia capture.
after White capturing the pawn on C5, I think Black should be very apa ni happy because of the pawn structure, pair of bishop sama, tapi ia good for endgame. Black is advantage lah if I see this position.
Just slightly lah. Very subtle advantage di sini for black.
Slightly.
Only because of pawn itu kali. Yeah, I believe the pawn itu yang making it lebih comfortable lah main sebagai hitam di sini.
Yes. Because of pawn structure ni lebih kepada pawn structure. And activity bishop black also lebih baik.
Yes, correct. Bishop c1 needs to find a good square. Yi Sunwei is deciding pakai rook mana to capture this.
Mungkin with the rook on a8 maybe could be rook on f8 juga, rook f8 juga, so reserve the rook itu a8 itu be used on c8.
For the c file, yes. And correct. I mean, I think Awangku Fizon pun he is aware lah the danger of c3 atau. I think he wants to exchange the pieces quickly and try to, I think, exchange maybe c4 at some point.
Ia punya idea offering an exchange ni bishop e3 ni, ia try to pasal bishop arah c5 itu controlling the square e7 itu. He wants to go in di sana, pressuring the pawn on f7.
I think black has to be careful not to allow that. Yes, correct. FME understands the intention,
and also a5 a4 maybe so actually white got to do something with his pawn structure lah. If stay macam ni pawn structure-nya, sooner or later he will facing trouble.
I think just to show the viewers today, I think we can highlight two rooks and a bishop. Sorry, one rook and a bishop. Sekiranya tinggal rook saja yang main, so the pawn structure will be very clear that in the beside putih punya tu. It's only stable now because of the bishop menjaga. I think any have to be careful on white punya side. Let's take a look at the
ideas.
Sorry, you wanted to comment.
Teruskan Ian.
No, I was just going to look at another game. Maybe
Silakan.
board number 2.
Silakan Ian.
Yeah, let's take a look at board number 2 between Martin and Amir. All right, let's look at this position. Queen e4 check. Martin plays that, and Amir is playing as black. Oh,
looks
is that
like
a fork?
White is going to win a knight lang di sini.
Yeah. It's a fork. Yeah. Can we go back a few moves? Maybe move number 14.
Please nga.
Let's see. There's a knight. This is an rage 7. Okay.
Mhm.
Uh, so White immediately realized that he takes. We check and yeah. And then Queen E4, the position we saw today, and then King H8, then Queen takes E6. So looking at this, Putih really big advantage like this with extra piece.
Of course, White ani having a very huge advantage pulangnya because of apa ni materialnya lah, a piece up. And kalau tadi lihat dari segi position pun White is having a very good position. Pieces activity-nya pun is more active than Black. Uh, uh,
Yeah,
now,
yeah. This in this position, not easy to save. I think for Black, unless ada serious mistake lah by Martin. He has to secure dia punya position dulu di sini. I think the pawn capture, is that okay? Just mine saja. F takes E and then move the other rook in. I think that's a safe way to play.
ia perlu berhati-hatilah dengan bishop D2.
So, shall we look at game board number 3 between Mr. Yap and Faiz?
Silakan.
Yeah, it looks quite balanced di sini. Take a look.
Yeah. Yes,
But,
balance di sini.
it looks balanced, tapi macam Putih macam ada a bit better, I think, because of D7 square. Similar but not the same. Rook apa E2 punya square.
Yang obviousnya saja Putih ni advantage-nya ni endgame sudah, endgame. So the king advance satu on F3 itu it's very active sudah. So Black king is still passive on G8.
It makes a difference. I'm not sure if he should have offered the exchange pulang. I think now sampai he capture. Okay.
Sebab dia merebut 7 rank.
Yes, of course. Rook C8. Well, no, not the end, but I think Black masih boleh wiggle himself. Tapi I think yang Nian tadi mention, I think the king advance ini, it's quite dangerous in the end game. In 2 moves, ia sudah control the center. So I think to put it into perspective lah. And then king hitam masih jauh, so I think that could be a decider lah.
And ini pun same color bishop so less likely for a draw pula Kalau opposite color bishop itu lebih drawish. Ini White should do something menggunakan advantage yang ia ada. Mungkin kingnya akan lebih maju ke atas lagi. King E4, maybe king D5, aktif lah king itu. So ni endgame memang king should be very very active.
Yes. Let's take a look at board number 4. Macam also something interesting juga di sana. A bit hectic. As if the king side belum developed. I think bishop masih ada F1 and the rook is still there. So what's going on here? Bishop to E4, attacking the knight.
Kalau tadi lihat di sini, obviously White punya plan dia mesti settle down dulu dia punya pieces activity problems. at the king side ni.
Hmm.
King. Maybe castle tu is not necessary pula
Enggak,
pasal
yeah.
no more queen sudah. So mungkin dia try to develop dia punya pieces at the same time exchanging pieces.
Hmm.
Okay.
Right. So what should white respond? You
Knight
might knight. Oh,
F4.
okay. Seems quite enough. Knight. Where's he going? Knight to e6. Maybe he can jump karang. But yeah, he has to think about how where to put
Yeah.
this knight and bishop niya masih unclear this is. But I think we're apa ni? Where I think we miss banyak move. I think there's another rook missing di sini. Uh, yeah, there's another rook missing. Rook hitam.
Oh.
Rook hitam is missing. So something might have happened to the earlier.
Maybe yes.
Yeah. Can we go back to move number 8? Let's see. So let's just play through. Knight here. What happened? How did he lose the? Oh, so yeah, he allowed it. Dapat Oh, okay, that's unfortunate. Yeah, it takes. Okay. So I think we understand mengapa ia ada masalah development itu.
Yes.
The knight was busy jumping a few moves di sana.
For a better opportunity.
Yeah. For an extra rook actually.
Yeah. And obviously, since winning material sudah, ketara lah, knight F4 to try to fork the rook and the bishop and try
Hmm,
to exchange as many pieces as possible.
hmm. Yeah, I think Putih just needs to play accurately to keluar saja from this position. Then it's completely won lah because of the extra rook. Jangannya salah step checkmate maybe at some point. So it can happen. It can happen. Tapi yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Peluang yang
Uh,
ada for black actually taking advantage of white punya slow development and
yeah.
then try to masuk at C file sana, rook C8 and try to do some tacticals lah
Mm,
in the middle of the board ni sini arah somewhere D3 arah E.
mm.
Kalau
So
menunggu saja just playing normal move menunggu masa untuk kalah saja tu, so he got to do something.
yeah, he has to be active di sini.
Hmm.
I remember when teaching new players dulu lah. I always tell them development of pieces is very important. Kalau we look at this position, seolah-olah position ni equal because the rook is not doing anything sebenarnya di ujung itu H1.
Hmm. Hmm.
Uh, it's not doing anything. Even the knight pun questionable.
Hmm.
Belum dapat keluar. So without development, those pieces they're not doing it. So, mesti wiggle himself di sini.
Hmm.
Macam mana cara keluar? Okay. Can we take a look at board number 1 lagi sebelah? So what happened here? Board number 1. Huh. So it seems like eventually Uncle Fizon main A4 tadi ya.
Si as uh,
Ah,
back
he
tadi
captured.
sebutkan
King F8,
pawn
F4,
A4 tu.
hmm, rook exchange.
So hmm,
FME is happy to just exchange everything.
kalau kandidat di sini actually White ni ia berjaya sudah untuk apa ni adjusting dia punya weak pawn structure with A4 and he got a chance to exchange gaining tempo rook takes E8, king takes E8 and then A takes B5 and dia punya pawn structure sudah uh, balance lah. Uh,
Yeah, I think neither neither side ada masalah besar lah, equal lah. I think kalau based on the game itself should be a draw lah, this game. Jangan saja ada some mistakes lah gitu. Alright,
ini
so
lebih kepada persaingan end game lah. Mungkin siapa lebih apa ni mantap ia punya end game knowledge, ia akan memenangi game ini.
Alright, so let's take a look at. I think we leave this game dulu. Let's take a look at Martin to report 2. So he was a piece up. Tapi let's see how he converted. So he's still attacking. Change. Maybe White should consider cari tempat bernapas dulu H3 maybe.
I think rasanya kalau sudah White ni bernafas sudah pushing H3 ia sudah selesa lah boleh sudah maybe do ia punya planning and okay H3 okay memang dijangka sudah tu and for Black maybe desperate situation losing a piece di sini maybe harapkan the pawn on E6 itu to do something just push E5 otherwise if doing nothing obviously losing a piece memanglah kalah lah so he got to do something tidak bolehnya orang just apa ni moving natural move mesti ada unusual moves ini.
Mesti ada spectacular move lah di sana.
Yes. Losing a piece, what chances lagi yang boleh dibuat?
Yeah, what to do? Yeah. He has to be active lah di sini. He has to find something yang bagi putih things to think about.
Yeah.
At the moment, H3 saves White a lot lah. I feel di sini.
Tapi at the same time ia ada masalahnya sedikit lah H3 tu. If Black ada plan to do something like Bishop B7 and then the Queen takes the pawn on H3, something like that.
Yeah. At some point, kalau ditinggalkan lah, this diagonal,
yeah. Mungkin ni Black try to pressure the White punya weak pawn on G2 tu. That's very obvious. And try to promote the pawn on pawn E6.
Alright, let's see. So this is still ongoing. Let's take a look at board 3 between Mr. Yap sama Faiz today. So can we go back a few moves? Ada yang I think a lot of moves yang termiss di sini. How did he lose the bishop? Yes. This is what we menang dia. So this is what we spoke about today. Yang tadi king activity itu very important. So he managed to push in the queen side and eventually terpaksa give up the bishop lah.
Yes. Yeah.
So
I
yeah, the
think,
king is there. Dia
I
dapat buat
think
apa-apa.
iyalah apa ni orang kalau the advantage macam tu, principle macam tu, ia punya benefit itu dah nampak immediately. Ia kemudian baru nampak.
Yes, I think that's the beauty of endgame, Jo. You have to know some rules lah. Dia dapat macam di-calculate on its own. Some things perlu dipelajari lah awal beforehand.
Correct.
So we have a result. 1-0 at the moment for Pagawan Gambit. The Blind Dragon is 0. Pagawan Gambit 1. Alright. So, let's look at the fourth boat. It should be see Matthew escaped from the difficulty, sudah. So it came to the, what happened today? Let's go back a few moves. Di sini. Okay. So knight check in here. Oh, did he plunder a piece?
Rasanya macam tu. Yes.
Yes. He blundered a piece. Aduh. So should be queen. Should be king to f2 ya. Sini.
Yes.
Should be.
Should be king to f2.
Okay. That's okay. So ngam tu yang tadi discuss tadi tu. Some, when you are under this kind of pressure, tu, anything can happen. Really.
Yeah.
Walaupun usulnya clear extra rope. But things like this, it can happen. So check. Now white is okay. White is attacking. It's like it's changing everything. Bertukar sudah. So it's a new game now. So Blight won. Yeah, Blight won the game against Bekawan. Did he resign? Oh, right. It's checkmate. Okay. Alright, let's take a look at another game. Let's go back to board number 2. Actually, let's go back to board number 1. Let's see what happened. Alright, so this is the end game mastery. Did he draw? Okay, so they fought to a draw. So let's just stay here for a bit. Let's see, how does FME respond? I expect to see a Sicilian. Yeah. Okay.
Kalau tadi lihat, Sicilian, very imbalanced. Of course, meaning CM Awangku Hafizan are looking for a win. And of course juga, as white playing e4, definitely itu pun a sign juga menunjukkan yang he wants to play for a win.
This is the Rosalimo. It should be 5 check like this. Yeah, I think FME is prepared for this position. I think memang diketahui lah yang CM Bizon memang ia punya favorite opening lah, Sicilian ia punya bad hand di sini. So he must have prepared something. Take.
Is he going for ni symmetrical pawn structure selalunya kebiasaannya lah. Selalu drawish. Okay. And E6. Okay.
Hmm. Apa ni? As I was saying to this, FME, I think he must be ready with something. He's playing quite fast actually.
Yes. Speed
So
can tell.
yeah,
Speed can tell people's
he's
preparation.
yeah. Laju dia punya reaction to this.
Mm.
So he must know what he's doing. So I think yeah, ada ano kali, some sort of harapan that he would caught ko vision ano, off guard lah kalian with this
Mhm.
opening.
Mhm. Kalau tadi lihat, White try to
Oh,
exploit lah ni ya, dia punya Black punya weakness ni, dia punya uh, center lens-nya,
um,
E file-nya is not in good control,
um,
especially. Mhm.
yeah, sorry to interrupt you. Something just happened mas around board two. Can we look at board two?
Sih. Teruskan ya.
Yeah, the first game. Yeah, let's go on that. Apparently, Amir won the game because of let's go back a few moves. Mungkin move yang ke-22 something like that. So this is the position that yang kita lihat tadi. So let's go on.
Mhm.
Keep
Mhm.
going forward. So attacking, keep going. So this was the position that we have. H3, and then bishop b7, knight g, okay, knight e4, and take. Here it is.
Hmm.
So white blundered a queen.
Ah,
That's
mhm.
unfortunate lah. That's unfortunate. That's
Mhm.
a shame. Rook takes e4. He was up a piece today. Now
Mhm.
he's lost the game. And it does it can affect kita ni punya ano ni macam apa nama ini psychology di sini.
Mhm.
Uh, I wonder how is Martin punya psychology lah. I hope he's able to play uh, his normal game di sini. So
I
okay.
I think blunder tu kalau my personal point of view lah, apa yang I lihat could be lebih kepada fatigue, penat tu, ngalih tu. Ah,
Possible.
ya, itu lebih kepada kepenatan.
Hmm.
Hmm.
So
So,
looking at the current board, board
mhm,
satu, who do you prefer here? Ian?
I prefer actually position ni unclear pula,
Hmm.
uh, very unclear. Tapi talking about preference, I like black punya position pasal
Hmm.
lebih aktif dia punya piecesnya.
Yes, yes.
Mhm.
And I agree with you, Joe. I think I prefer hitam di sini. I think dia punya apa namanya prospect. I think that's the word prospect. Lebih besar lah di sini.
Mhm. And white dia punya pieces itu dia berapa aktif. The bishop C1, rook A1, rook F1, yeah, the active. And not coordinating juga. The knight
Hmm.
on G5, yeah, yeah, looks macam mana lang, doing something, but kalau dilihat benar-benar not doing anything juga. Dia benangan.
Yes, yes. It's disconnected lah. Knight itu di
Mhm.
sana.
Mhm.
It's not doing anything actually. Not
Mhm.
much. Mm. Let's see how FME respond to this. Maybe he can play Queen E3 to be safe. Queen E3, tapi the other knight is coming juga kan? The other knight is coming to E4. Sorry, D5.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Hmm, mungkin looks macam dangerous pulang if Queen F3 ya, pasal ada macam discover attack di sana boleh ya. Tapi Queen F3 ia allowing uh, for a better Queen atau punya position. Kalau Queen
Hmm.
F3 you boleh main Queen P3, lebih menggunakan diagonal tu lebih baiklah to coordinate
Hmm.
with the knight on G5. I think Queen F3 walaupun look dangerous tapi harmless pula. For me lah.
Hmm.
And at the same time you're attacking the pawn on B7.
There is a danger plunking in. Queen, he played that Queen G4. Also, I think it's also I don't know, a good move like this. I think. Next move possibly knight E4 with the other knight B to E4.
Maybe kalau black for going for aggressive, H5 could be played.
Hmm. Hmm.
H5. Try to do something at the king side.
I think the term is jua cari kalok lah. Imagine kalau Queen main arah G3, then we
Okay.
have a beautiful fork. I don't know. Knight E2. But I don't think FME is going to fall for that lah. So kalau H5, he has to play uh, Queen to H4 possibly. So let's see.
Ini antara masalah kalau Ketani main terlalu cepat macam FMG main cepat lah. So
Hmm.
di sana tu uh, Ketani melihat di mana ia familiar, di mana yang ia not familiar. Jadi nampak di sana bila ia stop itu. So mungkin boleh CM Awang Hafizan boleh sense. Okay, ini ia sudah start sudah. Ia punya knowledge dengan sini saya katanya.
Hmm. Hmm.
So ini danger. Kadang-kadang walaupun Tani familiar, Tani sudah expert in that opening, Tani perlu hide something so that
Hmm.
our opponent tu can sense Tani punya apa yang Tani biasa, apa yang Tani tidak biasa.
Hmm. Dari sana lah, dari squad ada perkirakan yang kata ni pengalaman ngian bertarung lah tu adalah
Mhm.
that's a important tip yang mungkin our players muda-muda masa ni they can learn from that.
Mhm.
Uh, so looking at this position,
So
not easy
mhm.
lah for white. Ni nyaman rasanya actually with bishop
Yeah.
masih tertrap di sana tu.
And that is why I much prefer the queen to be on f3. Sebab a better position for the queen is to control the A to G8 diagonal tu.
Hmm.
Apa ni coordinating with the knight on G5. Kalau ia the queen ni on G4, if you look at the queen on G4, there is nothing much juga ia doing di sana kan.
Hmm.
Uh, mungkin saja yang nampak saja knight D2 to E4 and then
Hmm.
the bishop can capture the knight on F4. Atau
Hmm.
sajalah
Yeah.
di for the queen itself in the berapa uh, mendatangkan kebaikan arah that piece.
I'm curious pula what is the thought process Uncle episode Masani because it does look macam knight
Sini very
d5 atau
obvious
rook.
white. Mhm.
Yes, that's quite obvious move. Tapi is he thinking about h5 ke benar? Because
Mhm.
he's spending longer than usual now. He's calculating something. Tapi uh, I wonder lah what it might be lah, what he's calculating.
Of course there are pros and cons. H5
Hmm.
itu might be attacking tapi dia punya drawbacknya cuma the knight on G5 itu could be permanently dia di sana.
Permanent, yes, definitely. Because I was looking at ano yan, apa ni, I was looking at something macam uh, knight to d3 taking and then capture the bishop, and then we have the knight exposed. Queen boleh makan kan the knight. So I wonder if he's looking along that line juga mungkin. It's changing queens. Okay,
For
okay, okay,
me,
okay.
uh,
Lurus, I think. Yeah.
mhm.
What do you think? Yeah.
Queen actually Black ni ya ada banyak advantage, space
Yes, yes.
advantage and then development advantage. So offering a queen exchange itu pun ia boleh advantage dari sudut endgame ah.
Mm,
So ia tidak ada masalah je untuk playing for endgame. Uh, tapi ia memilih jalan selamat lah untuk to play for the endgame ah.
mm.
Uh, Sebenarnya kalau ia piece-nya ni activity ni very active should be keeping the queen pulang tu.
Yes, yes. I think for our viewers juga,
Mhm.
it's a very very basic principle macam putih masa ni the only piece yang active is the queen. So it makes sense for black to get rid of that. So apabilanya queen ni come off the board, then white is in big trouble. Yeah, now have no active pieces yang proper.
Yes,
So
correct.
any something yang Yi Sun Wei have to fikirkan lah benar-benar whether to exchange atau tidak. But I think by principle he should return. He shouldn't exchange the queens. Yeah. And I think juga this decision might be based on anu jong ya. Apa ni? I'm looking at the overall score. Begawan Gambit masa ni leading by 2.5
Mhm.
and Blight Dragon 1.5.
Mhm.
Mungkin ada influence from there as well kalau sekiranya this game jadi draw. Uh, Mungkin ada menaruh harapan arah ia punya colleagues to also do well the next round ini. Possibly, I mean we don't know lah for sure.
Possibility itu memang ada for the team tapi if I lihat ni lebih kepada mencari uh, kemenangan di sini.
Hmm,
Kalau
hmm.
for a draw memang daripada awal-awal lagi not playing imbalance game.
Yes, yes.
Mungkin looking for a young draw tapi ni going for
Hmm,
Sicilian itu definitely
hmm.
looking for a win tu. That's for sure.
Tapi again, I mean we know Hafizun punya playing style for a long time sudah. He never play for draw. Ya memang ia akan suka this very active, very dynamic, very exciting chess.
Mhm.
Memang ia akan mencuba in that sense. So
Mhm.
here we can already see, I think quite clear di sini. Very difficult for white di sini.
Mhm.
Queen
Correct.
sudah the black queen is already taking control of the c5. Rook pun activate and white cannot do much actually. Kemana akan
Mhm.
lari?
Correct.
Knight e4, knight e4, knight f3.
Masalah yang dihadapi putih ni actually ia punya development actually.
Hmm. Hmm.
And mungkin after this untuk recover secepatnya ia cuba try to get tempo lah. Tempo something like macam knight e4 knight e4 tu attacking the rook on f6 and then see daripada tempo sana mungkin dia boleh main lagi another piece bishop
Hmm. Hmm.
itu.
Let's take a look at board number 2. We have a peculiar position juga di sini for board number 2. So we have dua bishop dengan dua knight di sini. With Amir playing as white, Tin playing as black.
Mhm.
So let's look at this position. What do you think, Ian? I would consider this to be an open position. I think Bishop will have a lot more advantage this evening.
Mhm.
Bishop.
And also, actually, black is having a pawn up lang. So that's an advantage.
Wait, I think we missed another rock this evening. Mana je rocknya sebuting?
Mhm. I see, I see. Yes,
Interesting.
yes.
That's
Correct,
why.
correct,
That's why. Yes, yes.
correct.
Okay, something must have happened then. So white is winning here. Based on material, it's winning. Uh,
Mhm.
something that we didn't see earlier lah, tadi how he lost the rope.
Mungkin kita boleh
Yeah, let's
replay
let's
a
let,
bit.
let's go back sedikit. Let's see what happens. Mana boleh? Okay, let's see. Okay, queen check. Check here, knight. Okay, asli. Hmm. Oh, it's an exchange.
I personally think lah pengiran Abdul Matin ini lebih kepada fatigue mungkin ni, penat ni. Ini
Hmm.
game kedua pun sudah buat mistake lebih kurang lah.
Hmm.
Uh,
Hmm. Hmm.
so ini lebih kepada penat barangkali.
Possibly, yan,
Mhm.
because tadi itu it was not necessary to exchange exchange sacrifice lah kira-kira. I don't believe it was necessary at that point. Dari segi compensation pun, I don't know again how you nilai lah this position, but dari segi compensation mungkin ada as black, tapi nya I don't know if that's enough. Pasal,
Mhm.
yeah. So, sorry, you were saying because
Uh,
now H3, yes.
I melihat sacrifice of the exchange tu actually bukan pulang purposely tu lebih pada kesilapan yang I
Hmm.
lihat lah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So to talk about compensation itu for me it's not relevant pulang kalau itu kesilapan.
yeah, yeah.
Unless itu disengajakan purposely, intentionally, then relevant lah if we talk about compensation.
Yeah. But ada masih ano lang yan, I think. Ada masih bukannya completely lost. As we seen in the games yang sebelum ni. Games yang we thought sudah menang somehow terbalik.
Mhm.
So we have to see this game to the end lah macam mana. So
Mhm. Yeah.
so for just for example macam for example kalau putih make this mistake knight c5 we have the move I think queen to d6 boleh threatening checkmate and capturing the knight.
Mhm.
So itu something yang adalah yang one of the mistake moves lah yang putih boleh buat.
Mhm. Correct.
Queen to queen to e3.
23.
Dia akan main
Yeah.
ano ka dito yan. Dia akan main
Yeah. Try to reach the
g3.
G3 square.
Yeah.
And actually ia punya plan itu black punya plan ini very obvious bilang to do something
Hmm.
G3 arah H2 very very obvious lah ketara sekali lah and uh, white punya plan ia punya mungkin get rid of one of the bishop especially the dark square bishop itu and activating the rook on A1. Maybe put arah F1. Okay.
Let's see. So he's he's still trying lah, trying to play that move.
Mm-hmm.
G3. Oh yes, of
Okay.
course. Let's
Yeah,
check. Yeah,
it's
actually.
a
Yeah,
posting. Okay. I think this is a positionally good move lah. Checking it lah. So there
yeah.
is no more chance
No
lah
more.
for black to
Yeah.
do. Mm-hmm.
So we have a new update.
Mm-hmm.
Now the score is 3.5 for Begawan Gambit and 2.5 for Belight. Um, Mr. Yap lost his second game as well today. Uh, let's look at the board one again. And this game pun macam quite likely Black might lose this game, and also the first board. So let's take a look. Yeah, what's going on here? Can we go back a few moves? Yeah, when we left it today. So macam mana putih melepaskan diri. So h6. So he sacrificed. Is it? H takes h5. Knight takes g5. Okay.
Okay. So black is have, having an advantage lah. Huh?
Mm.
Um, Obviously, black try to exchange pieces lah, as many as possible due to material advantage. And white, on the other hand, try to have more pieces lah, so that ia boleh do something
Mm.
with the attacks and the king side. Maybe rook leave, something macam tu lah. Huh?
Mm. But very unlikely. I feel lang yan, very unlikely because of time you're looking at FME punya time, dia tinggal seminit lebih niya, versus Awangku
Hmm.
6 minit. So it's not. I think very very miserable position lah for white here. Macam mana to attack. Pasal black punya pieces stacking up di sana. There's a rook on f7. There's a bishop on g7. So it's all stacking. I think his just strategi orang ku kali mungkin just to hold this advance kali.
Tapi biasanya lah, kalau having time trouble ni, magic things happen. Bila you know, kalau desperate situation, you just do all out thing. Macam attacking gila-gila ni orang lah.
Yeah, correct.
Ni orangnya kalah je nya. Baik tahan dia nya, attack berhabisnya.
At least go down lah beautifully lah.
Mhm. And the danger untuk yang advantage masa, dangernya selalunya terikut-ikut. So yang time trouble putih, yang main ikut cepat juga hitam ikutnya. Itu selalu
Hmm.
kesilapan. So tapi ini mungkin awangku Hafizan mungkin ia lebih tenang mungkin ia tidak terpengaruh dengan
Correct.
benda yang macam itu.
Yeah. He's taking his time. Dia juga rushing his moves.
Mhm.
Even in terms of positionally, pun dia juga luan aggressive. He's just checking the box saja, make sure everything is okay.
Mhm.
I think he knows that Begawan Gambit masa ni leading by 1 point, 1 full point, and I think he knows that Amir in board 2 is also leading in the position.
Mhm.
So I think in the ano lah, I think from dari segi psychology and stress, kali less on Begawan lah masa ni.
Mhm.
So
Correct, pangeran.
all the pressures on Blight lah have to do something here.
Correct, pangeran.
Right. So how should White respond this in it? Sorry, this is Black punya move, and he's not rushing. He's taking his time. Like here, seven.
Okay. And is it the pawn on e7? Is it free? Is it too good to be
Um,
true?
maybe not because of G5. Uh, hopefully, yeah, dah lah, dah mudah. But oh, he took it. Is
Mhm.
G5 possible? Yeah.
No,
Oh, so many things possible. No? Oh, bishop. Yeah, but I think directly G5 right now.
G5. I think it should be fine for white after queen e4.
24, yeah. But yeah, this position is slowly opening up now. Queen
Uh,
to I think is there a forced exchange here recently? Queen to e5 maybe? Karang? Knight here, knight back. Yeah, he's forcing the exchange. Rook there. Okay. Bishop d6.
uh, so actually masalah yang dia hadapi black masa ni ia punya king safety atau yang obvious lah ha.
Hmm.
And you can see now white is try to have a plan sini and maybe bishop b2 do something arah king side.
Hmm.
Uh,
He's just exchanging, so yeah. Check.
mhm. Okay, you punya plan rook e4, try to do rook left. Okay, pressuring the weak pawn on f2.
Hmm.
Um,
I think black should bring the other piece lagi, knight, yeah, to play. Check. Okay.
mungkin try uh, to to bring the rook into a more active. Mhm. I think that's a is it okay.
Yeah, I think just to play the knight saja lagi. Then it will overwhelm the position. Pasal knight not doing anything at the moment. Knight to d5. So having the knight will make things much more difficult
Mm-hmm.
for white.
Mm-hmm.
Knight center. Oh, okay. Rook there, right here. Escaping. Hmm. So of course white mesti main very fast now because of the time trouble.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
So
correct. Uh, I think ni very obvious sudah. White is very in disadvantage after bishop d5, e5.
mhm.
Uh, the pawn on g3 will be the next target for black.
Yeah, it's a tactical thing. Yeah. Checkmate na mungkin. Is there a checkmate? Oh. eh?
There's
Yeah, it's checkmate. Yeah,
ni, it's
yeah.
not
Black one.
checkmate, losing a rook. Mhm.
Hmm.
Okay.
All right, so there's one more game left. Begawan now leading by 4.5. Kirakan
Mhm.
orang sudah menang lah. They've already won this match. Begawan Gambit.
Mhm.
So there's only one game left di sini with Martin and Amir. Let's see. So it's just I think mopping up the pawns kali mungkin rook takes g6 check and go the other side. I think this is clearly winning lah for white.
Yes,
He's going for checkmate. Okay,
very clear.
he's probably going for
Mhm.
checkmate. Um, I check. Probably checkmate at some point. Rook f6 sekarang.
Yeah, rook f6, then rook h6.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh, uh,
That's interesting. Careful not to do that. Three dua kali atau tiga kali for the repetition.
Mhm.
Okay, he's
Yeah.
going for it. Check.
Mm.
The move sitting there.
f4.
Just
Yeah, knight f4 looks good.
king there. This dapat di stop lah. You
Mhm.
can f4 and that's it.
Mhm.
It's almost over. No, no. Dapat lari masih. So white missed king g7. Okay.
Mhm. Uh, White actually just try to do something at the queen side.
hmm.
Mhm. Okay. Kalau knight f8 itu blunder tu, check losing the knight. Okay. He got to be
Hmm.
very careful.
Hmm.
So sometimes kadang-kadang bila sudah having material advantage ni orang selalu lupa to activate dia punya king, to active dia punya king. Carried away
Hmm.
by apa ni having material advantage.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Nah, ano, reversing to pulang. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a big problem, but could have
Mhm.
been one lah awal lagi tadi lah.
Mhm. Uh, Kalaupun okay, he is going for a mat lang ni. Okay, maybe a rook g6 and then knight f4 mat lah ha. Lebih kurang
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hmm.
gitu. Hmm.
Yeah,
Idea
yeah.
satu atau telah mat macam tu.
Yes, yes. No, the other row.
Mhm. Uh,
Um,
Dia orang kalau struggling macam mana pun, mungkin for just go for clear win, ni orang Brunei pukul-pukul saja pon tu.
itu tu. Mau anu sih tu, mob saja pon itu.
Ah,
Ano lah, nampak nampak tu sekarang. It will show itself macam
ah,
mana.
ah, silap hari bulan lawan Catania tu resign pula. Dia perlu check. Okay, sampai hajat
Yeah, checkmate.
Hmm.
So that's the last game, ladies and gentlemen. Kawan Gambit finished the match with a score of 5.5 and Blind Dragon 2.5. So very very exciting games semua, all fighting games.
Mhm.
Adalah few mistakes here and there,
Mhm.
but I think in terms of the things that we learn and we can see hari ni banyak lah.
Mhm. Mhm.
There are a few things we can bring forward for future in our own games juga.
Mhm.
So that's it for tonight, everyone. I think we look forward to have you guys again on Sunday. Sunday there will be two more matches.
Mhm.
Looking forward for that. And anything in before we sign off? Anything you want to say to the audience?
Kepada yang menang itu tahniah, yang kalah itu jangan berputus asa. Kena tu saya barang kiringan.
Yeah, we ano, kita ni baru masih di dalam permulaan liga ni. There's a long way, a long more, long journey to go lah. So
Mhm.
there's always opportunity for a good comeback.
Mhm. Correct.
I think that's it. Thank you very much semua. Terima kasih Pengiran for joining me tonight.
Sama-sama
Uh,
Yan.
Inshallah, we'll come back together lagi next week for
Mhm.
more exciting games. Inshallah.
InsyaAllah.
All right, that's it, folks. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Very good night.